ए रहबर मुल्क के कौम ज़रा आंखें तो उठा नज़रें तो मिला, कुछ हम भी सुने हमको भी बता, ये किसका लहू है कौन मरा। धरती की सुलगती छाती के बेचैन शरारे पूछते हैं, तुम लोग जिन्हें अपना न सके वो खून के धारे पूछते हैं। सड़कों की ज़बां चिल्लाती है, सागर के किनारे पूछते हैं, ये किसका लहू है कौन मरा। ए रहबर मुल्क कौम ज़रा ये किसका लहू है कौन मरा। ए अज़्म फ़ना देने वालों, पैगाम बक़ा देने वालों, अब आग से क्यों कतराते हो शोलों को हवा देने वालों। तूफ़ान से अब डरते क्यों हो मौजों को सदा देने वालों। जमहूर से यूँ दामन न छुड़ा, ए रहबर मुल्क को कौम बता, ये किसका लहू है कौन मरा। हम ठान चुके हैं अब जी में हर जालिम से टकराएंगे, तुम तरक्की का ढोंग रखो हम आगे बढ़ते जाएंगे। हर मंजिल आज़ादी की कसम हर मंजिल पे दोहराएंगे, ये किसका लहू है कौन मरा। ए रहबर मुल्क को कौम बता, ये किसका लहू है कौन मरा।
Friends, we have gathered today to perform a vigil to mark the 10th anniversary of the anti-Muslim pogrom in Gujarat, India, and to highlight the continued suffering of its victims. This vigil is part of a larger effort coordinated by Coalition Against Genocide, which is made up of a spectrum of organizations in the United States and Canada that have come together in response specifically to the Gujarat genocide to demand accountability and justice.
There shouldn't be another Gujarat. That is what I have seen in the last 10 years, how MP is slowly moving towards the next Gujarat, where it has become very difficult to talk about religion, to talk about rights in any kind of dissent has become very difficult, particularly in the areas where economic growth has there has been very fast economic growth. Those are the areas of the state where it is becoming increasingly difficult to talk about these issues, to express any kind of dissent. That is a sure sign that we are moving towards another Gujarat, where we will not be able to control what kind of discourses around religion, around governance happen in a state.
What happened in 2002, culmination of many years of demonization of Muslims. Muslims have been part of Gujarat for thousands of years. One of the earliest Muslims of India are from Kerala and Gujarat. They have a rich history in Gujarat. They have taken from Gujarat land and have given back. The language Gujarati also had a lot of contribution from Sufis and from Muslims. A lot of architecture, the masjid architecture that you see in Gujarat had a lot of local elements. But now, all that has been taken away from Muslims, that they are not part of Gujarat anymore. When Modi talks about 5 crore Gujarati, he's not including Muslims among those. He's not counting Muslims. They have been marginalized, not just physically, but also mentally, and administration is discriminating.
The 2002 communal riots not only drove Muslims into new ghettos all over the state, but they also reduced them to the status of second-class citizens who do not seem to exist for the government. This is a finding of a city-based NGO, Jan Vikas, which conducted a survey on the status of the minority community in the state after the riots. The survey has revealed that Muslims are the new outcasts who more often than not are denied basic facilities which are available to people of other communities. Not only that, it appears that this neglect of the community is officially sanctioned for the riot victims and find no mention in government records as people who need help.
Today, 10 years down the road, in spite of the best efforts of several to sweep the reality under the carpet and flaunt a so-called vibrant model of development, the hard fact is that most minorities in the state, particularly the Muslims, are treated as second-class citizens. The victim survivors of the carnage continue relentlessly in their pursuit of truth and justice. Human rights groups continue demanding that the full truth emerge. A good section of the media take pains in not allowing this horror chapter to be forgotten.
The dead cannot be resurrected, but the living should hope to have a dignified future, while the struggle seems to be eternal for justice and survival.
I have principle and no power. You have power and no principle. You being you and I being I, compromise is out of the question. So let the battle begin. I have truth and no force. You have force and no truth. You being you and I being I, compromise is out of the question. So let the battle begin. You may club my skull, I will fight. You may crush my bones, I will fight. You may bury me alive, I will fight.
It's very important that we remember all the victims of these crimes that occurred 10 years ago. At this point, I'd like to call for a moment of silence to remember the victims.